Mercury Laboratories.
It is now time for the third stage, which is divided into two parts, a mental part and a physical part. First, test subjects will have 10 seconds to take on the 10-second showdown, which is a math problem which requires test subjects to both add and subtract numbers. If they get the question right, then they'll have 1 minute 50 seconds on the physical portion of the course, but if they get it wrong, they'll only have 1 minute 40 seconds on the course. Either way, penalties will deduct 20 seconds from their time. In the physical portion of the stage, test subjects will first have to take on the anchor hoist, followed by the possum tracks, and then Satan's cross, and then after that it's the monkey gap, and finally the pole hanger. Who will survive? Let's find out. Alright, now first up is test subject number 8.0. How will he do in the third stage? Let's find out. And his question is, what is 33 plus 17 minus negative 7? The answer is 57, and that is indeed correct. He will have 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock when it is time to go for the physical portion.
3.
Now here he is.
1. Initiate.
And he's off. Makes his way onto the anchor hoist. He starts pulling that rope wildly, and weight gets a little airborne. He makes it up very nicely. Now into the possum tracks. Now the rule is you have to be upside down like a possum, and you're allowed to dismount once you touch the wood portion of the other side, and as he did so with his foot. And now he's making his way over to the Satan's cross, where he gets on top rather easily using those long legs of his. He makes his way down, and he makes the jump very easily. And now onto the monkey gap, and he didn't have to jump that distance, but he did anyway. But unfortunately, he messed up the gap part. There's a tape portion that you're not allowed to touch, and he did, and he's taking a 20-second penalty, and now he's having trouble with the pole hanger, and he takes another penalty, and it looks like he's giving up. He's not going to make it, and unfortunately we have lost one already. Test subject number 8.0 will not be moving on to the final stage. And it is now time for test subject number 91 to try the third stage. How will he do?
2. 1. Initiate.
And his question is, what is 39 plus 77 minus negative 2? Do you know? Well, unfortunately, time has expired. The correct answer was 118. You will have 1 minute 40 seconds to complete the next part of the stage.
1. Initiate.
The clock starts, and he makes his way immediately to the anchor hoist. He grabs the rope and starts climbing the incline a little, and gets the weight up easily. Up and over. Now he goes up and over. Carefully. Now onto the possum tracks. And he starts moving in the different direction than 8.0 did. Touches the wood. Now moves on over to the Satan's cross. And he jumps up, and he looks to be stuck a little. Looks like he's trying to wrap his legs around the bar, and unfortunately he falls. Way over now to the monkey gap. This is the right way to do it. You just have to walk over to it. Now you see that wood tape area, and
Time's up.
Couldn't make the jump, and now onto the pole hanger where he has no time left, and looks like he has no strength left either. Unfortunately, test subject number 91 also will not be moving on to the final stage. Alright, it's now time for 64 to take on the third stage. Will he be the first to pass?
2. 1. Initiate.
And his question is, what is 25 plus 42 minus 5? He guesses 62 and is indeed correct. He will have 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock. And now he's at the
3.
physical portion of the stage.
1.
And he starts. Makes his way over to the anchor hoist, and he jumps up halfway up the anchor hoist. Gets the weight up quickly, almost slipped on the rope. Hops over, and now onto the possum tracks, and is sliding across very quickly. Reaches the end just fine. And now onto Satan's cross. He jumps up, gets a knee on, steadies himself, making sure he doesn't lose his balance. Makes his way down, jumps to the landing area, and makes it. Now onto the monkey gap. Now he jumps up, reaches the tape area. He gets across just nicely, and reaches the other side just fine. He has plenty of time left, and now he has to reach the pole hanger. He jumps up, makes his way up to the second level. Now he has to do a swing, and even if he takes a penalty, and oh, if he does, but he still has enough time, and he is the first person to move on to the final stage. And he looks very tired. And it is now time for test subject number 22 to take on the third stage. Will he make it to the final stage for the third consecutive time?
Initiate.
And his question is, what is 29 plus 74 minus 14? Time has expired. The correct answer was 89. He will have 1 minute 40 seconds to run the rest of the course.
3, 2, 1. Initiate.
And he starts and makes his way over to the anchor hoist, where he jumps up, gets to the very top, and starts pulling the rope through his legs. The weight now reaches him. He grabs the weight, gets it over, and gets on to the next obstacle, possum tracks. Let's see how he does here. Gets his feet on and starts moving across. He's been rather slow compared to everyone else so far. Looks like he's tiring already. Trying to get across. And he touches and then he falls, but he touches. That's the important part. He just made it. Now into Satan's Cross. Gets his balance, does it nice and easily. Jumps, no problem. Now into the monkey gap. Jumps onto the bar. He reaches the gap portion. He's got to cross it. Looks like just barely made it. Now he reaches the other side, no problem. Now for the pole hanger. He's running low on time. It looks like he'll have to have a flawless run if he wants to move on to the final stage. Makes his way up. Gets to the final part. Now he's 1-1 with this jump. Will he be able to make it? And he does! And number 22 will be moving on to the final stage for the third consecutive time. He too looks very, very tired. So far, 4 test subjects have taken on the third stage, but only 2 of them have passed. Will any more be able to join? Next time, the second half of the test subjects take on the third stage. How many of them will pass and be able to make it to the final stage? Tune in next time to find out.